Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Crafty Hour 78 with Kourtney. So we are going to be playing with this super fun kit that comes from Simple Stories. It's called Simple Vintage Junk Drawer. This collection was gorgeous, and they do have a full paper line. There's a page layout kit, lots of ephemeras, solids, rub-ons. There's some fabulous stuff, guys, that coordinate and match this collection. So this is what we're going to play with tonight. Deanna walked you through 4 fabulous cards this morning. If you missed it, you can always go back to Clipper Street's Facebook page and you can find the replay there, or we both upload them to our YouTube channel afterwards also, so you can find the Crafty Hours there. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight and spending another hour crafting along with us and crafting. So we really liked this paper collection. It kind of really sang to us, and we wanted to show you how easy it is to do these and keep them just the way they are, and quick and easy cards to assemble, because some days maybe you want to make something crafty, but you're just not feeling the crafty juices. So these kits from Simple Stories are fabulous for that, because as you can see from the homework you did, you literally just punch all the pieces out. You follow the step-by-step list, I think it's on the floor, of what goes with what card. I usually make my 8 piles, and then there's some pieces left over that we didn't even use. So you can always add those to another card, change a card a little bit like Deanna did. She took some pieces off, used some extra pieces. You can always kind of make them your own, guys. So that's what's fun about these kits. You can do what they do or make them your own. They're quick and easy, they're simple to do, but yet they are stunning cards. And of course, in the kit, we added a half a pack of the glossy enamel dots. And I love their glossy enamel dots. These are beautiful. They have a little bit of shimmer and shine to them, and pretty much they do this for every release now. Sometimes they have glitter in them, sometimes they're just glossy and iridescent like these. Okay? So we've got those kind of as an added bonus. I always like to grab those to add with the card kit just to jazz them up a little bit. And then in the instructions, they pretty much glue everything flat. So we're going to pop some things. We're going to add some layers, and we're going to kind of pop some things and give it a little bit more dimension. So welcome everybody. So your homework was to punch out all the pieces for 4 cards. So hopefully you guys kind of got that homework done. And then that'll kind of make it easier so we can kind of focus more on the crafting. You should have 4 card bases. So yes, 4 card bases left. I have 8. I didn't do Deanna's cards. So grab those, and then just grab a bone folder. I'm trying to find, I like my Ergo one. I always put it back in the little case that it came in so I don't lose it. So we're just going to put our card base and fold it in half. Now, this collection, I love to ink things. I love to brown things. I brown my brown. And since this collection is called Vintage Junk Drawer, well, you know what? It needed some brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink mine up with gathered twigs. If you have vintage photo, that's great. If you have a different brown, that's great. Use whatever you have, guys. There's probably 50 shades of brown. Use whatever shade of brown you're comfortable with. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to lightly kind of ink the edge of my background. The brown just kind of brings all the colors in, and what it does is it kind of stops the eye too. It kind of gives it that buffer, kind of the same thing that if you put like that little 1/16 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch border of glitters or foils or cardstocks around the edge, it kind of does that same thing. It literally kind of stops the eye. So we're going to take that and we're going to glue it on, and try and decide what side is up. This is going to be up. This will be up. And then I'm just going to glue this piece on flat. And it's going to be the exact size of our card base, our A2 card base. Gosh, it is windy here today, guys. I don't know if you can hear that wind whistling, but it is crazy. It's crazy windy, and it's blowing in cold air. My goodness. Okay, so there's our background. Easy peasy. Just open it like a normal card. Our next piece we're going to grab is this one right here. Again, we're just going to ink the edges of it really quick. Now, if you are an inker and you love to ink, then by all means, ink along with me. If you do not like to ink and you're like, oh, it just looks like it made it dirty, then don't ink. You do not have to ink. The great thing about this is all things are optional. But sometimes I don't like white edges on mine, so that's why I do a lot of inking. So we've got this piece here. We can do two different things. We can pop that and then pop that on top, or we can pop this and then pop that on top of it. I mean, once you pop, you can't stop, right? So just kind of do your layers you want. A lot of this is not going to be seen. So what I think I'm going to do is pop the actual embellishment and put this flat. You could totally pop both of them too. I try to keep sometimes the cards, minimal popping. That way, if you want to ship it, you can. So this is just going to go in the center, and you're going to have a little bit of blue at the top and a little bit of blue at the bottom. So it's just covering up that brown portion of your background there. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, next is going to be our cute little clipboard. Again, just going to brown it really quick. I don't overthink it. I just kind of use a quick blending tool. I do like to, when I ink the edges of things like this, I do like to use the foam. So this is like the Tim Holtz blending tool. He has them in a round one. He has them in a mini one. But I like to use the foam. I find it's faster for inking and not so much the little hairs. These I like to use with my stencils. And I also like to use them with, if I'm blending a whole background, that's when I kind of use these. But to do the edges of things, I like my foam. Okay, then we are going to pop this piece. So let's get some foam tape out. Hello, everybody. Well, thank you and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you get to craft along. I hope you guys are enjoying these crafty hours and the concept, this crazy concept that we came up with, that everybody can make an hour. Sometimes we want to craft, but everybody can find an hour to craft. Okay, so we are going to pop this piece right in the center, okay? Right in the center. Just like that, okay? Isn't that beautiful? Love it. We're going with the little flower next. I'm gonna kind of ink that guy up. And he is gonna poke right here. Let's see, I want to move him this way. We're going to poke him right here behind this piece. And of course I put my foam dots there, so he doesn't quite poke there. You can poke him under there. You can put him on top, which I think is kind of actual prettier, because then what we're going to do is take one of our butterflies and we're going to put a butterfly here in the corner. So you can put your flower on top, you can put your butterfly there, you can put your flower underneath. It's whatever you guys want to do. I actually think I'm going to put mine underneath, which means I got to wax them off so it will fit around my pop dots. Just like that. Okay. And I like to go off my card. Some of you guys might want to stay inside your card so it fits in an envelope, but I'm okay. So I like to also kind of take it and just floof it a little bit. Give it a little bit of dimension, kind of curve it up. Has a little bit of lift, And then I'm just going to put liquid adhesive kind of right there in the little horseshoe of it. And then we're just going to tucky that in behind there. Just like that. Okay, just like that. Now this piece that I chopped off, I mean, you could totally stick that somewhere else if you want it somewhere else, but I'm just going to discard it. Okay, so everybody got that? Are we good? Okay, so you know what? I forgot to put this banner piece on there, but I actually that was supposed to go behind it, but you know what? I kind of didn't like it behind it. That's probably why I didn't do it. Okay, we're going to ink it. I'm just going to ink all my pieces. We're going to lay him there. Now, the chipboard, I'm going to leave the chipboard, I think, white, because I think when you ink the chipboard, it makes it really dirty looking. And I think I just want to leave my chipboard. So I'm just going to kind of lay my pieces out. This one has a lot of sentiments. I am going to ink my little sentiments. I don't know, I said I wasn't going to ink the chipboard, and then I'll probably go back. But then we have because. Never go. Yeah, it's going to have to be inked. Everybody's getting inked. Because good friends. Like that. I like that. So that's the layout we're going to go. I'm going to ink my butterflies too. Kind of like to lay it out, make sure all my lettering fits, and then we can glue everything down. Okay, perfect, right? Just like that. So I'm going to kind of slide everybody off. And then we're going to glue this banner looking piece. We'll glue that flat. We'll put her right in the center. Oops, that is not the center. Right in the center. And then your butterflies, you can pop them if you want. I'm going to glue them flat because they're chipboard. I think they're tall enough. Put a little butterfly there. I like to have my butterflies kind of flying into my card, not out and away from my card. It's just a visual thing for me. Okay, and then we're going to start with, now these guys too, you could put your skinny foam strips on the back of them if you want to pop those. I'm just going to glue them flat. But we have because, and then we have good. Friends. Never go out. I'm going to bring that and put that right on that banner. And then we have style. And then we have some hearts left. We have some chipboard hearts. We just ink those up. And then of course you could always add some stickles or some bling or some glitter, kind of jazz it up also. Okay, so the medium heart, I'm gonna go with the medium one, and we're gonna glue it up here. And again, I'm just gonna put it flat because it's already chipboard. And we're gonna put it right up there, kind of hanging off our chipboard. Then we've got our large one that we're gonna put down here. And then our small one, which I might go just like that. I love the colors of this. The butterflies, gorgeous. And these card kits just make it so easy, don't they? So you can kind of keep it the way they have it, but then you can always kind of make it your own. All right, how you guys doing? And there is card number 1. Perfect, perfect and easy. Okay, card number 2. We're gonna bring in the teal card. Bringing in the teal one. Same thing. I'm gonna ink this. Now, if you wanted to add mirrors or foils to these, you could by all means cut down like 1/4 of an inch on the top and side, and then you could add your mirrors to the back side of them and jazz them up, add a little bit of glitter to them like Deanna did. You can adjust them, or you can just stick with the instructions to make it simple and easy, and you don't have to think about it, guys, which is what's really nice. I know some days I feel like my brain just can't work anymore and I can't come up with an original idea, and I cut paper and I cut paper and then I'm dissatisfied with it, and I'm like, I have sat here literally for 5 hours and all I did was cut paper and waste it. So that's when I pull a kit out, because my hands want to do something but my brain ain't thinking. So by pulling a kit out and doing it, my hands are doing something, and then it's starting to get my brain going with some juices. So if you just have a little bit of guidance, it kind of gets your brain going. So that's what these kits are great for too. You can do it exactly the way it says, or make it your own. Okay, so I'm just, like I said, inking the edges of everything, just kind of giving it that brown. It just kind of helps give it that little bit of a defined edge on there. And I'm gonna just glue that piece flat right there in the center, guys. Or we'll say center-ish. I think I went a little low, but we're good. Okay. Next up, we're gonna find this really long clipboard. Add a little brown to it. Now this piece, we'll go ahead and flip it and add some foam tape to the back of this one. And then we put this down. We're going to kind of put it up a little bit more towards the top of our card. So in the center, up towards the top. Just like that. Okay. Then we're going to do a little tuckies, some little tuckies. So in here, let's lay all the pieces out so we can see everything we have. This was in your homework to punch all these pieces out, which probably made it really super easy to do Deanna's class because then all of the pieces were out of the way. Okay, we're gonna brown the clock and we're gonna peekaboo this clock up here in the corner. Again, I have my foam there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip and snip. Flip and snip. And then that way we can peekaboo that little clock right there. And I am going to glue that clock down flat. Hello, everybody. Looks like we got a lot of people popping in to say hello. I do know it's a very busy season. Lots of plays, lots of things going on. So I truly appreciate you guys kind of popping in, saying hello. If you're catching us on the replay, that is awesome too. That is what Crafty Hours are all about. You can just sit aside an hour to craft whenever you have some free time. Okay, so we got our viewfinder. And our viewfinder we're going to put on top of here. And I think I want to start here at the top because in my head, kind of looks like a clock, right? I don't know if there's a right or wrong, but I kind of want that there. So I'm going to put this flat and I'm going to put some pops. I'm going to put foam tape over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my foam and put it right there and then put liquid on the other side, the other half, that half of my viewfinder. Okay. Did it the right side, right? Yeah. And then that is going to go just below that paper clip a little bit, right there like that. Just by the paper clip. All right, how are we doing? Are we doing good, guys? Are we team ink or team let it be? I'm a team inker here. Okay, so we're going to ink our flower. Again, I like to kind of fluff it a little bit, give it a little bit of life, and we're going to lay it on there. And when I put my glue on there, I am just going to put, so you can see how mine's kind of rounded. See how it has a little bit of life to it? If I lay it flat, it has life. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put glue right here in the center because that's the only place I want it to lay flat. The rest of it is going to kind of lift a little bit. So it'll have a little bit of lift. Yay, Kelly's with me. Ink it up. All right. There we go. Our flower has a little lift. Okay, then we have our frame, which is going to go on top. Originally, I had the idea, I thought, ooh, I'll make a shaker card with that. And then I was like, nope, let's keep it simple. So we're going to keep it simple. Oh, we got a lot of inkers in the house. Yay. We are going to pop this. So we are going to put some foam on the back. Let me find my strips. The strips just make it so much easier. Doesn't the inking just kind of finishes it, doesn't it, guys? Okay, there's my squares. Okay, pardon me. I got to find my strips. There's my strips. Okay, so when we put this frame on, we're going to put some pops on it. Just kind of pop it up a little bit. And what we're going to do is we'll put single pop over here, but we're going to have to double over here so it doesn't do this dippy stuff. So everything will get one foamy. I agree. Kelly says it looks naked without it. Looks naked. Okay, and then in order to put another layer of foam on, you're going to have to peel the backing off so it'll stick. Because if you just stick it to the backing, then it's not really going to stick. It's just going to come right back off. All right, so we're just going to try to layer it up as good as we can. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's the back side. You're not going to see it. Oops, hold on. Double is just on one side. Glad I caught myself before I put it all over it. Double is just on one side. The single is on the other three. Evidently, I can't talk and craft at the same time. I can chew gum and walk at the same time, though. Okay, so then we're just going to bring that in here, kind of overlap that leaf a little bit. And we're going to put it right there, just like that. Oop, I guess I needed double. Okay, we're going to lift that up. I need double under here, too. Did you see how it grabbed it? So let me just grab a little piece. And we'll just sneak that on the back of there. There we go. All right, so we have kind of single here, double here where it's touching the card base. Isn't that pretty? I love these colors. Isn't that pretty? This whole collection is stunning, guys. If you guys haven't seen the rest of the collection, take a look at it. There is the 12 by 12 papers, there's 6 by 8s, there's rub-ons, there's I think 3 different ephemera packs, there's solids. It is just stunning. Okay, the little ticket, we are going to glue this flat. When Deanna and I saw this one, we're like, oh my gosh, we have to use that for a crafty hour. It is just gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so that leaves us, I'm going to put the sentiment next. And we're going to have to do a little bit of pops on this to kind of make sure it lays out flat. I love to ink things brown. I love to do my splats. But sometimes where I get a little cray-cray with my splats is when I do white splats. I want to do like white splats that look like snow. And for some reason, I go south and it just looks like a bunch of geese, like Canadian geese flew over the top of my card. But I try not to, but I have not learned the secret of white splats. And I think because I think in my head, I can't get in my head less is more. I think more is more. Yeah, so I'm going to put foam right here on this part of it. And I'm going to see what that does. I'm going to see if I need to put something somewhere else. Nope, that kind of looks like it's going to hold it. It looks like it's going to hold it. I hate to cover up too much of that beautiful flower. I think what I'm going to do is put my... No. I was trying not to cover up too much of that flower because I really like it. But I think we're going to go with that right there. Yeah, I put my little dip right there. So I put pop just on that side, and that's a normal. And then I'll just put liquid on this side. There is like a science to splats, let me tell you. I get carried away and I just splat, 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 and then I step away and I'm like, ooh, that was way too much splats. Okay, there's our grateful. Make sure it sticks. And then we've got this beautiful butterfly left. And then we have some little buttons and things. Okay, I might put my butterfly over in this corner. I feel like it needs to... I feel like it's a little heavy over here, so I'm going to put my butterfly over there. And then our For You, I'm going to kind of put down there. I don't want to cover my tags all completely. I mean, you could put it up here and kind of cover your tags, but I kind of want to, we'll lower it a little bit. Cover them a little bit. Then we'll put our butterfly there. And then we've got some fun faux buttons. One of them's chipboard, one of them's paper. We're just going to kind of tucky these guys. And then we've got more of those little hearts. There were lots of these little hearts in there. They were kind of like a small, medium, large. If you don't have the exact words that I have on mine, it's okay. Nobody will know. They're all random, and just make sure you have different sizes. Small, medium, and larges. And then it kind of just clusters them. Really nice. Okay. Okay, everybody's inked up. This little button, we're going to tuck him in. Where should we tuck him? Maybe we leave him off. This guy goes up here. We've got hearts. We've got, I'm going to go with a smaller one. And sometimes, okay, so I've got the big heart, and then I'm going to put a small heart with it. It feels like that bottom corner is just too heavy. They put way too much stuff down there. So I'm going to move one of the hearts up there. And then our other heart I'm going to put down here. I'm going to find, you know what? I need to find some tweezers. So we can put the little heart down here. We can put him over here. Just kind of even him out. Wherever you want. Put them right there. And then we have these cool buttons. I think I'm going to sneak one right in there at the top. This is the paper one. I'm going to sneak him in right there just to kind of bring that up. And then the other one, I think I'm going to sneak right there because I kind of have it opposite. And I like that. We're sneaking them in behind. There we go. And there's card number 2. And then we do have two, guys. We have these blings. Let me find my pokey. And which color do we want to do? I kind of like the yellow. I mean, they all look pretty. And we get a small, medium, and large because Deanna used half of them. So we get to use half of them. Or you can use all of them if you haven't used. I mean, they're yours. Use wherever you want. I think I kind of like it right here. Okay, we'll just put 3 right there on the bottom. Kind of dresses it up nicely. And that is card number 2, guys. Card number 2. How are we doing? Are we at a good pace? Want to lose anybody? All right, so our next card is going to be our pink card. Pink is our next one. Let me move all my tools. Boy, things just accumulate real fast, don't we? Okay, so we'll dump all of our pieces out so we see what we have to work with here. This one actually didn't have as many pieces as some of the others did, which is okay. I love the background of this one. It kind of looks like vintage rose photographs and stuff, or maybe some seed packets. I thought that was really pretty. Oh, I know, Joanne, I do that all the time. I'm using something and then I lose it. And I'm like, seriously, I literally just had that in my hand. So what's it under? What is it under? How many hours deep layers is it? Okay, so we are just going to glue this again flat. And thank you, Joanne, for posting those card samples today over in the Scoop group using that Minte vellum. My goodness, they were gorgeous. That vellum was just stunning. It's the first time we brought their vellum in, and I really liked it. Okay, so now we're going to ink up this piece too. This larger piece, we are going to glue this flat also, and then we'll pop the cluster. And they literally already clustered it for us, guys. There's no work. They already clustered everything. I was looking at the sample and I was like, ooh, I love that rub-on that they used in the center. And then I went to go find the rub-on and I'm like, I don't have a rub-on in my pack. And I'm like, ah, it's because it's already done. I would totally want to pack a rub-ons that look like that. Okay, so when we put that on, we're putting it down towards the bottom more. Okay, and then we're going to put our cluster on. Oh, Deanna says she wished she had more of that vellum. I know, right? It's the first time I've touched their vellum and I pulled it out and I was like, oh my gosh, the quality of it was heavy and it felt like the image was screen printed. It was gorgeous, guys. It was gorgeous. Okay, this whole cluster, this whole piece, we're going to pop it. We're going to pop it. And when we put it on, it's going to kind of look like it's going downhill a little bit, but that's okay because I kind of want this stuff more straight. If you want to have yours more straight like that, let's see what they did in the picture. Yep, they kind of did theirs more going downhill. So I kind of have this bow straight and then everything else kind of go off of that. Okay, so make your bow straight, if that makes sense. Sure it does. Clear as mud, right? And Dad is stepping on squeaky toys. Because the living room looks like a landmine. Everybody's dogs are probably now looking for the squeaky toy. Okay, we're going to put it right like that. So our bow is straight and we're kind of have the tip right at the edge of that line. That's where we're going to put it. That's kind of our placement. Okay. And then we have our timeless thoughts. Is going to go on here. We're going to run it off, so we do need to put some foam right at the edge where we run it off. That was a lot of foam. Let's try cutting that down. I think when I ripped it, all I did was I stretched it. Like along, what was that guy we used to have in the 80s? Stretch arm Longstrong, I think is what his name was. Okay, so we're going to put that on. Just like that. So we're popped here, we're flat here. All of the sayings in this one are really good. These are good for just because, for friendship, for birthday. I mean, these sayings could be used for a little bit of everything, guys. I really like them. Okay, so we're going to put that right on that little bracket. Okay, but you want to make sure you can still read your timeless thoughts. And then we have friend. I don't know if that needs inked, but you know, I ink everything. And then we're going to put that down below, and we're going to have to put some foam right along the bottom of that. Excuse me, one sec. I gotta get something to drink. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My throat's getting a little rough. I think this cold weather is getting to it. Okay, friend. So then we're gonna put our friend on here. My fingers are not working tonight either. Got my little heater going on underneath me. There we go. I'm gonna offset friend. I'm going to offset that a little bit, just like that. Then we got our butterfly. We're going to ink that up. Maybe I should have grabbed a cough drop. Little cup of tea. Been drinking tea all day. I probably, well, no, some of it was decaf. So I won't sleep tonight. Try to warm the insides out. Okay, I'm just inking up the little hearts. We got 3 little hearts in here. And I'm going to kind of audition them. They have them. They have one here, one here, and one here. I think that looks like that one needs to go right up there. I feel like there's 3 of them, but I feel like 2 of them kind of need to be next to each other, kind of need to be touching. Not so sporadic. Okay. I do have to look, I love tea, I love hot tea, but I do have to look at them because if I drink anything, even tea, with caffeine after 2 o'clock, there is no going to bed. So I have to have like 2 different selections. I have to have regular tea and decaf tea. Okay, how are we going, guys? We're looking good. And then we have the pink little dots, and I feel like we need to cluster them right here because I feel like we have a lot going on here, and it just kind of stops up here. So we're going to do a cluster of a small, medium. That's hilarious. I said small for the large one, And then I was going to say large. Okay, you get it. 3 of them. Small, medium, large. Okay, so that is card number 3. I think we're going to do great on time, guys. I think we're going to get this. Something else I also like to do, especially since it's vintage, I love my tiny attacher. I love Mr. Tim Holtz. I love to go in and then just randomly in different corners, just because it was sitting on my desk and I love it. I love to add the look of metal on stuff. I think it just kind of gives it that, I don't know, that finished look. And you know what? I'm going to do it on the blue. Oh, and when you do this, make sure you don't staple your card shut. I've done that before. But I like to do just a crisscross with the Tim Holtz tiny attacher. I think my tiny attacher might be one of those items that they say if you get deserted on an island and you only get 3 scrapbooking tools, I think my tiny attacher might have to be one of them. Okay, so add some little tiny attachers. I don't think I'm going to add it to that one. I feel like there's enough going on that one, so I'm not adding one to that one. Okay. Excuse me. The last one. The last one is the black one, the cabinet. Looks like a cabinet card. That's going to be our last one. And again, they kind of pre-clustered a majority of the pieces. So let me just lay all our pieces out because we have a lot of words. And we want to make sure the words get glued down properly. Whoops. Hey, looky there. I found a button. Okay, we're going to put that on our card base. Again, just glue it flat. I have just one. All right, so everybody, I hate to say, is everybody ready for Christmas? And then I see the memes, it's like, Susan, I'm not ready for tomorrow, let alone Christmas. Oh, in my head, I have another month. I gotta get wrapping, I gotta get Christmas card making. I guess we'll get done when we get done. We do have a new puppy though, and I was pulling out the Christmas stuff and putting up the Christmas tree and things, and I found Coco's Christmas dress, and unfortunately it won't fit Peanut, but the size on it is extra small. Can you guys remember when we got Coco and she was extra small? My gosh, she was an itty bitty little baby. So precious. She's still a small baby, but her dress is extra small. Such a sweet baby girl. So since the dress wouldn't fit, we had to get something new. So everybody has matching pajamas this year. Getting matching pajamas. It's the first time. I've always wanted to do it, and I found some, and Ken rolled his eyes, and stay tuned. Finally found ones that would fit all the girls. Okay, we're going to ink this piece. This piece is going to get popped. We're going to pop that one. Oh, Kathy says she almost has all her Christmas cards done. Okay, and then this is going to be over to the right more. I'll kind of put it over, is that, yeah, right? Okay, more to the right. I'm going to kind of do the words, and I'm going to work from the bottom up, just to make sure we have enough room and we don't run out of space when we go to put these on. So I'm going to do bottoms up. Ooh, Puppy's had a spa day today. Our girls need a spa day. Coco thinks of it more as a torture day. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to put our liquid on there. So Life goes at the bottom. And then we have, I gotta grab my tweezers because these guys are small, let me tell you. The Pages of is our next one up. The Pages of. Okay, make it straight. And then we have our Tucked Between. There we go. And I think we're going to finish in plenty of time, or actually right on time. Our Tucked in Between. We're just going to kind of stagger those. I love to stagger my strips. These kind of remind me of the Tim Holtz Chit Chat sticker books. I love those. Diane Reveley also has some snarky kind of chit chat books, and Dina's come out with some that are on like printed vintage papers that you can cut out, and I love to do them because it kind of is ransom. You can cut them apart and make like little ransom stuff out of them. Those are always fun. Okay, this clock is going to go down here in this bottom corner, and we're going to glue that flat. This would be really cute to put on an art journal page with that quote and everything. I love this one. That would be cute for an art journal page. Okay, so I want more of my clock popping out than not because I really like that clock. Why hide that really cool clock if you don't have to? Then we have a button. I haven't inked that guy yet. They put their button up in this corner. Yep, I did like the button in the corner. Yep, we'll stick it up there. I was thinking maybe overlapping the clock with it, but I do like it in the corner too. Kind of continues that diagonal motion. We've got our butterfly, and then we've got our little hearts. Put my butterfly kind of flying. They have it straight up and down. I think it needs to look like it's flying. And then we have 3 hearts to kind of cluster again. Okay, where do we want to put our hearts? Where, oh where? I want to put a big one there. And the little black one there. Yes. I love that. All right, so as we're gluing this down, we do still have, I think we're down to our last 3 of this Crafty Hour kit. So Crafty Hour number 78. If you have not grabbed one yet, we do have 3 left. I think Deanna said she also has some left at Clipper Street for our Canadian friends on this one, but they will go fast, guys. So make sure to jump on the websites and grab them. Crafty Hour number 79, which is the 49 and Market one. We do have a few of those available too. I knew that one was going to be popular, so we went really heavy on that one. I like the heart down here on the life, so that's where I'm going to stick it. So we do, and I think Deanna has more of those also. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight and participating in our crafty hour and taking an hour out of your time to join and craft along. If you're catching us on replay, hello everybody and welcome. And then also tomorrow, the next crafty hour, number 80, will go live. You guys have been asking and asking us for a die, and we found a perfect die to work into the crafty hour kits. We have the dies in stock. They've been discontinued, which means we can't get any more. So we do have limited quantities of this kit available, guys. So don't miss out on signing up. Deanna has already made the save the date event, so you guys can go over there and click that you're attending. That way Facebook will send you a reminder and join us. So they will go live at 11 o'clock Central. Deanna will walk you through the crafty hour kit. There are some amazing add-ons for this one also, so make sure to tune in. At that point, it will go live on our website. I will be on there, and I will be plugging the links for both our Canadian friends and then also our US customers. And then that way you guys can just click on the links and reserve your kits there. Thank you everybody so much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for a wonderful 2025. We can't wait to see what 2026 will bring, and we have more fun crafty hours planned for you guys. So thank you so much. Have a happy holidays, everybody, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye.